Good morning. Well, do you want to file your own 1040 this year? Have you ever filed tax before? So if you don't file tax return because you are not required to file tax, but you want to file it this year to be able to qualify for the stimulus check, the COVID-19 stimulus check, well, I just want to show you how you can file it yourself using a free online tool that you can access via IRS website. And I'm assuming your tax doesn't have a lot of component to it. But even if it does, what I'm just going to show you using a free software might be a way to go if you are not familiar with filing your tax that way, because that's an interview mode you'll be in. They will ask you, the software will ask you a question and you just give an answer. So that will help you pretty much give your information, and the software will do the calculation for you and you will submit your application. So let's get to it. First, I'm going to show you the free forms. Those are just the form itself, and I don't know the situation you will be in, but let's start with probably maybe I should start with the original. It's just IRS website that you will go if that's the form you want to access. But I wouldn't recommend you use the form if it is complicated for you. And as you can see here, the new 1040 that we have been using is not new this year, but that's what I like to call it, because it was not like this few years ago. So pretty much the form 1040 itself, and then you have schedule 1, schedule 2, and schedule 3. So if you are not filing taxes, chances are you have a W-2 only, which 1040 form will be all you will need, or you have unemployment payments compensation, which will go on schedule 1, or you have a hobby that you gain money from, that will go here as well. And that's pretty much what you will need. So if you have to use the form, you can just go this route and click on them. But today, what I wanted to show you is using a free software to do the job for you. So when you go to irs.gov, you click on do your tax for free, and the page that will show up, you click on free, choose a free file online product. There is 2 options here. You don't want to click on free file fillable form. You want to click on choose a free file online product. So when we click on that, they have a lookup tool. We are not going to use that. Let's scroll down and we are going to, you can see them all here. I'm going to click on HR block. Let me see here. So let's click on HR block, for instance, but you are free to choose any. The reason why I'm going to choose HR block, I have used it years ago to file our own tax return, and I'm going to use it this time to show you because it does not require me to log in. So you'll click on start now. Unless you want to sign in or sign up, you do that. So the page that is showing me is asking me to create an account, which I'm not going to do, but at the bottom is saying that I can create an account later. So I'm going to click on that to skip this stage. And I'm going to agree with the terms because that's the only way we can move forward, since they are not giving up an option but making it sound like we have the option to agree or to disagree and still use the form or the software. So you have these options here that if you're interested, you can still click on them and read. But we are going to move. Let me see if I can change. Okay, so here I use another tax company. Well, if that's the case, you choose that. But if you never filed tax before, because maybe you are a student and your parents claim you as a dependent, but they cannot, but you have some incomes, depending on the age, you may not be because to be filing the free form is 17 years old and up. So if you are 17 years old and up, so that's when you can file your own tax. So but there is some conditions as well for younger kids, because they have some passive income from investment, which we are not going to talk about. But let's say that no one is going to claim you, or somebody will claim you. The software have all the necessary tools to determine if you should file or not. But if you are not sure, file and just give the information you have on hand. Somebody will claim you, you put it down as well. Make sure of that. But no one will claim you, that's fine. So here we are just going to assume my first name is N and my last name is L, and the date of birth here, let's just use the first day of January, and why not 1999. So how old is that? Let me use a calculator here. Let's use age 17 for example. So 2019, so that would be 2012, no, 2002. So let's use 2002 here. And are you married? So if you are married, you'll choose something here. If you are not, it's single. So if you are married, your spouse is not working, your spouse is now your dependent. You are married, you'll file jointly. You are not going to claim a head of household and assume your wife or your spouse that is not working is your dependent. He or she is not. So here, this return is for a taxpayer who passed away. I'm legally blind or disabled. So you just select or don't select what is now you shouldn't be selecting. So here is asking for your social security number. I'm just going to put a number here. Why not? 123. Let's try random numbers here to see that will accept it. So a phone number, well, Let's try something here as well. And continue. It didn't like this one. Now okay, that one seems to be working. And now you can see that they have stages here. Your information is in it. Now let's answer some simple task question. You see that's interview mode. You just click on let's go. Are you a US citizen in 2019? So if that's yes, you click on yes. Let me lower this down a little bit more. Maybe do this. So let's click on yes. And I can scroll it so that we can click on next. So, do you live in the US for more than 6 months in 2019? Let's assume that's yes. If that's no, you just click on no. So when you click on the answer, you click on next. Have you been affected by a federal disaster? Let's say no. If that's yes in your case, you'll do that as well. And federal disaster, that'll be more hurricane and all that. So were you a student in 2019? Let's assume yes. If you are not, it's even simpler task for you. So let's click on next. Were you a full or part-time student? I was full-time student. Let's click on that. Can someone else claim you as a dependent? So let's click on yes. And next. So chances are if you are a full-time student, somebody claim you as a dependent. If depending of your situation, if you are 17 years old or 18, for instance, even on up to 24, you can still be claimed as a dependent if you are a student. So is that person actually claiming you on their return? So let's say yes, because chances are your parents might claim you. So are you that person qualified child? So what does that mean? That's how you will answer. You will click on those questions. In fact, let's read this one first. To be a qualifying child, the person must be one of those relationships to you: son or daughter, adopt child, grandchild, stepchild, foster child, brother or sister, descendant of brother or sister. Be one of those younger than you unless disabled, young under 19, under age 24, and a full-time student, any age, and permanently or totally disabled. So yes, if you're under 24 and you're a full-time student, your parents might claim you and you might be a qualified child for them. So there is something else here. Is that person actually claiming you as a dependent on their return? So let's click on this to see. This means someone else. Example, your parent is claiming you as a dependent on their 2019 return. So we ask this question because people can choose not to claim a dependent even if they qualify. If you are not sure if someone is claiming you, check with them before doing your taxes. So let's move forward. And assuming that yes, you are the qualifying tried, let's assuming yes here and see if it will let us go forward. Yes. Was at least one of your parents living on December? Yes. Did you earn more than half your own support? Well, what does that mean? Let's click on that. Earn income includes salary, wages, tips. So this, it doesn't include investment or unemployment or taxable scholarship not on your W-2. Support include amount spent on food, lodging, clothing, education, Medicaid, recreation, transportations. So yeah, well, if you are assuming somebody is claiming you, we might, and did you earn more than half your own support? Chances are that the answer will be no. Your filing status is single. So I want to see if I qualify for another filing status. So this is the raw filing status for you since you are not married and don't have a dependent. So yeah, well, let's click next. We enjoy getting to know you. So we have got to this stage, and let's click on next. Let's switch and start looking at your income. Chances are if you are somebody qualifying child, the person is going to claim you and get the the COVID stimulus check. So you may not be required to file tax. You just don't want to claim something that somebody will claim already on you. So do you want to start on your W-2? And here you'll put your employer name, the EIN number. Maybe I should open a W-2 here. And we can just go to irs.gov and search for W-2 form. But this will work for anyone, whether somebody, even if somebody is not claiming you as a dependent. That's just the way you answer the question. I just use an example. So if in your situation no one is claiming you, yeah, you answer differently, but it's just yes or no. But that's the W-2 form. Your employer name will be here. Your employer EIN number will be on this section B here. So your social security will be on section A, and your wages will be line 1 here. Your federal income withheld, that's what they pay, your employer pay on your income, will be on line 2. So you just read the question and answer here. So the employer name will be whatever that is, you'll put it there, and the EIN number, you just copy it and put it down as well. I don't know if that will allow me to pass this area. Well, we can. So but just make sure you put everything on it. So let's work on your W-2, and even give you the option to upload it as well, or take a picture, or enter it manually. We are going to click on enter it manually. And as you can see here, your employer's information, the EIN number will go here, the employer name, and the address will still be, you can see the numbers, the letter C, B. And if you look at the W-2, you will see it here. That's B here for the EIN. That's C for the employer name and address. You just look at those numbers and pull them down and pull the information down here. Series zip and all of that will go here. So you can see that your employee information, your social security number is A. And on the W-2 you locate it there, so they should match. And you will have your name and last name and all that. So address is F on the W-2, your address, and that will be F. We just look at those numbers here. That's F here, down here. And here you'll have line 1, 2, 3, 4 for wages, tax withheld, social security, Medicaid. Just have the W-2 next to you and look up those numbers and the information related to it. You can see 1, wages, 2, federal tax withheld, 3, social security, 4, social security withheld, and put those numbers in it. And here we can just put, maybe you earn $6,000, they took maybe $300 out of it, and the social security is $6,000. Don't know, they took maybe $125. It's just examples here. And the Medicaid, that $6,000 is just the income that I'm putting all through here. And maybe this one, 25, whatever that is, from your W-2, you just put it here, all the way there. And box 12A to 12D, if that is filled, that's this section here, you will just copy anything from that section back here as well, and it will have some code. That's when you are paying, they are taking, you are contributing to our 401k and all that. So you just select it and put numbers, because if your employer is taking money out of your income for 401k, chances are they will have that letter and they will have the amount on the in the box 12. So, and box 13, if that is, if you are contributing to your 401k, your employer will select that retirement plan as well. And you have box 14. So anything that is not filled by your employer, you shouldn't be filling it here. And you just go down, and the state information, you put it here as well. And the state information is at the bottom here. 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19, all the way to 20. So you put it down here. Those are the numbers here as well. And when you are done, you just move to next. And if you have income from another state, you'll put it there. And it's not letting us pass because we didn't put all the other information in it. But you get the point. So when you start filling it up, yeah, it's saying that we didn't put those information in it. But I just want to show you that that's how you will fill up your own task, and chances are you might have W-2, and that's all you need to put in. And just, you can see that we didn't enter, we didn't sign in with our name or anything like that. So you can practice it to see how you feel comfortable filing your own tax. And then if you are comfortable, you file it and you submit it. So that's, we are not going to go through all of, because I don't want the video to be too long, but it's just to show you that you can fill up your own tax return if you don't have, you have not done it before, but you wanted to get it done yourself so that you are eligible and receive early the COVID stimulus check. So you just fill it up properly, and especially if you don't file tax, you are not required to file tax, and no one is claiming you as dependent, you might be qualified for the stimulus. I'm not saying that you are qualified, but to be qualified, you have to file your tax before if you don't file taxes. So just make sure you file your tax on time if you want to get, if you are eligible to receive the stimulus check and you want to receive it early. Thank you for watching. I'm Afiavi Ojune Liberman, creators of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel and owners of Nina Soap. And our website is ninasoap.com.